Hello, Texas College Democrats. This is Rochelle Garza. Thank you so much for your endorsement in my bid to be the next Texas Attorney General. I unfortunately cannot be there with you all today as I have recently given birth to my baby daughter. But I am so excited to work with you all in unseating indicted Ken Paxton come November. The work that you all are doing is really important, and I know that we can change Texas for the better together. So for those of you who do not know me, again, my name's Rochelle Mercedes Garza. I'm a fifth generation Texan and a civil rights attorney from the Rio Grande Valley. I always share a little bit about my background so that you know where I'm coming from, but I was raised by two public school teachers that taught me to treat every single person with dignity and respect and to work really hard. And those values started at home for me. I also grew up in a household with a sibling with disabilities. My brother Robbie experienced a traumatic brain injury during childbirth, and so I saw my parents fight really hard for Robbie every single day, the way most Texans do for their families. So I learned at an early age that our families and our communities are only as strong as every single member. And that's what inspired me to become an attorney and to take on the fights that I've taken on. I have extensive experience in practicing family, criminal defense, immigration, and constitutional law. My work has had really broad impacts, like the Garza Notice that requires teens in immigration custody across the country to be notified that they have a constitutional right to access abortion care. And my work's also had really meaningful individual impacts, like when I've worked with trans clients in the state of Texas that needed name and gender marker changes on their documentation to affirm who they are. I'm a new mom, and I want to make sure that my daughter grows up in a state, in a country where she can decide her own course in life and to decide if, when, or how to become a parent, that she grows up in a clean and safe environment. And I know that most Texans care about that for their families and for their children. And right now, Ken Paxton, our Attorney General, does not care about that. So I'm looking forward to unseating him. He is the most corrupt Attorney General in the United States. He is under FBI investigation. He's had involvement with the January 6th insurrection, and he's incredibly vulnerable at this moment. He's got a primary runoff that he's got to get through. It's already become very bloody for him, but this is our opportunity to ensure that once he gets out of the primary, that he does not win the general election. We have, as Democrats, the momentum, we have the numbers, and we have the will to make this happen. Ken Paxton only won by 0.6 back in 2018. And in those 4 years since 2018, we have seen huge demographic changes in the state of Texas. Latinos are almost 40% of the population of the state of Texas. That's almost 1 million new voters that are over the age of 18 that can be mobilized and encouraged to show up to the polls. I believe that now is the time to mobilize voters to change the state. And with your help, I know that we can do that. I have a broad vision for this office and what we can accomplish for the Attorney General's office. I want to take it back to ensuring that we are fighting for everyday Texans, that we focus on consumer protection, that ensuring that we hold companies accountable, companies and corporations accountable for bad actions and taking advantage of Texans, like what we saw with the power grid failure and the price gouging that ensued. That we focus on having a fully funded civil rights division that fights for voting rights, that fights for reproductive rights, the LGBTQ plus community, and ensuring that disability rights are uplifted. I also recognize how important it is for us to fight for workers' protections. No one should have to be subject to wage theft or being misclassified as a worker and cheated out of their the benefits that they've worked so hard for.
So my vision for this office, for the Attorney General's office, is to be an office that actually is there for the people of Texas, that fights for Texans. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And with your help, I know that we can do it together. So please join me in fighting this good fight and ensuring that we take this seat back for Texas and for all of us. Thank you so much.